Do you see how crazy she gets over it?
Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto, the Lucky Ferals.
It is 9 a.m. and we turned the clocks back last night, so all the manual clocks in the house are wrong. They all have to be switched back. They all say it's like 10. But here's Boo, and Boo had the zoomies this morning. Boo hasn't had the zoomies in a long time. He went zooming into his room, up on the window, like he practically flew. And then he zoomed out of his room, and now he's just running around a little bit. And I'm going to take that as a good sign because, you know, he hasn't been wanting to do that in quite some time. Even though he still didn't want to eat some of his favorite foods yesterday. I mean, he did have a decent amount of crunchies for dinner. He did have a few pieces of raw chicken, a few pieces of raw beef, but overall, he's still not eating his favorite foods. He wants me to open one of the windows because all the windows are shut because it was really cold last night. And here's Stella. Good morning, Stella. One of the things I want to do today is put these in the laundry. But I just wanted to mention that the scale underneath this cat tower is working great. So I put the scale on today, and because the cat tower is already on the scale, it kind of doesn't register the weight of the cat tower. And then I picked Stella up and I put her on the cat tower, and she was completely fine. She wasn't trying to fight it. She wasn't trying to get off of it. And I weighed her, and that's really good. It's just so much easier than putting myself on a scale, weighing myself, writing down the weight, picking up Stella, standing on the scale, figuring out what it weighs with both of us on the scale, and then calculating the difference, because none of the cats like it when I do that. And she didn't mind this at all. Something like this would be great in a vet's office, I would think, you know, to make cats more comfortable. Like, why doesn't every exam room have a cat tower in it? And I'm not saying like a really tall cat tower, but even just something like this, maybe like a 3-foot cat tower to make a cat more comfortable than being on a stainless steel table, which they're never comfortable with. Yesterday, I was in PetSmart and the cats got a new toy. They had a whole bunch of the Playology toys that I have not seen there before. And this is one of them. This is a wand toy. And look at this. It has like a wiggly snake. Then it also has like a wiggly fish. And the fish has a bell on it, but I saw the snake and I thought for sure maybe Stella would like it. She likes wormy toys. Boo seems to be interested in the fish. So I have to take this toy off of the packaging and then set it up, and we'll see how the cats like it. Ready to play, Boo? Now, okay. I was just going to say that I don't know how this snake is going to do because it's like really heavy for a wand toy. It's definitely really heavy. But the cats seem to be interested in it. And when you pull it, though, it doesn't really wiggle. That's the problem. It doesn't really wiggle. So before I purchased this toy, what I did in the store was I tried to like stretch these out and snap off the ends of them because that's what happened with the centipede. I didn't want that to happen again with these. And they do seem pretty sturdy. Let's try this. The snake's gonna go underneath the scratch and roll. This might drive them crazy. Boo's watching it. Oh, Simba's the one that went after it. Simba's trying to break the string. This is what he does. He tries to engineer everything. Then he ruins it. Don't eat the string. Don't eat the string. I just put the fish on the end of it. And Boo's really interested in the fish. Simba? Well, we know how Simba loves fish, so I guess he's being very possessive of this fish. Simba, if you're not playing with it... Don't eat the string. Boo's here in his room. Want your fish? I don't know why Simba was nasty to you, Boo. Everyone can play together. Let me show you a big problem with this toy. So this toy is made out of like, I guess it's like a silicone material. Do you see this? It's attracting like every cat hair. This thing is going to be full of cat hair because it's already accumulating quite a bit. Hello, Splashy. You want to play? Splash wants pets. Good morning, Splashy. How are you, Splashy? Good boy. Good boy. Do you want the snake? Splash, want to play with the snake? It seems that Splash likes the snake. How you doing, Simba? You okay? Yesterday, I purchased some ground beef for Boo. I got this at Lidl. This is their grass-fed ground beef, 93% lean, 7% fat. And not that that matters. I just bought it because it was grass-fed. And I want to see if Boo will eat this. And if he will he take some of the Drontal tablets in this? I made him a little meatball, and there's nothing in it. You want to eat your meatball? You want to eat the meatball? You want everyone to have a meatball? He doesn't trust it when he's the only one with food. Okay. Nobody wants to eat their meatball. They're looking at me like, what are you even thinking? I just came downstairs and I decided to check on Sammy's spiders. So last night I gave them a spider on a wand because I thought maybe another cat would like to play with it because Sammy's always hogging the spider, like her little baby spider pet. And I thought, well, maybe Ziggy or someone else would want to play with the other spider on the wand. Well, Sammy decided she had to have that one too, and she went crazy and stole it. And I want to show you where it is this morning. Here we are underneath this little daybed thing. And do you see what she did with the spider? Look at what she did with the spider. She wrapped it around this metal thing, this metal bar. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it off. I mean, oh yeah, look. She wrapped it around really good. Is she going to keep wrapping it around? Let's unwrap it. I can't do it from this end. Oh yeah, can I do it from this end? The stick end? No, I can't because it's wrapped around. Sammy, let's undo this. Now it's all like wrapped around this. Come on, Sammy. Give me the spider. Where's your other? Sammy, where's your other spider? Sammy, where is your other spider? Where's the other one? You don't need this one. Come on. Oh, this is how she must have got it wrapped around, just by going back and forth. Okay, come on. Come on, Timmy. Where's your other baby spider? Come on, let's unwrap it. Then more people can play with it. Ugh, now we're all knotted up here. This is a big knot. Yeah. Oy, oy, oy. Oy, 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 Sammy. Okay, here we go. We're almost free. The spider is free, Sammy. The spider's free. Come on, Sammy, set the spider free. Set it free. Set it free, set it free. Come on. Where's your other spider baby? Where's the other spider baby? She normally keeps her other spider baby underneath this coffee table thing, and it's not there. Is it under here? Hey, Richard. Richard, where's the spider baby? Where's the spider baby? She's running around with the spider in her mouth, and she doesn't care that she's dragging the stick behind her. There's Sammy. There's the stick. Come on, Sammy. Drop it. Drop it. Do you see how crazy she gets over it? I just found her spider baby. It's right here. She was trying to hide it in this little bag thing. See? If anyone else tries to play with one of the spiders, look, and she came dragging the spider with the stick with her. Who is the spider, guys? Goldie's checking it out. Sammy's still walking around, dragging the stick behind her. See how smart she is? When she puts it down, she makes sure to put her paw on the string. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Eva. Here's Nancy. I've been flea combing her, and Nancy got smacked by Boo again today. I've been wondering how long Boo's going to take her shenanigans. It seems that lately he's just not going to put up with whatever she's trying to do, so he's been asserting himself. Thankfully, he hasn't been attacking her, but he has been giving her a smack, and she doesn't like it. So this morning they were in the hallway together, and I heard howling. And then I saw what seemed to be the end of Boo smacking her, and she didn't like it, so she wanted to come back downstairs, so that's what she did. You're right, Nancy? See, Nancy's not a fighter. Richard probably would have smacked Boo back, but Nancy doesn't do that. Right, Nancy? You just want everyone to get along, but she does want to be in charge.
Stella, get the spider. Get it good. Stella, get the spider. Get it good. Get it good. Stella, get the spider. Get it good.
It's 8:45 a.m. The cats and I are having some playtime. Boo caught the hummingbird, and it looks like someone already bit its nose off. Boo's trying to pluck it. Yeah, look at this. The nose is long gone. There's just a hole where the nose used to be. That's not good. Someone probably ate it. Boo, did you eat the nose? Did you eat the nose, Boo? Did you eat the nose?
Lick, lick, lick the hummingbird.
It's 9:25 a.m. I just came downstairs to give the Lucky Seven some playtime and their breakfast, and I heard a meowing, and I was like, where's that meowing coming from? Like, what's going on? These are their plates from their dinner last night. It ends up it was coming from Ziggy, and you know where she was? Ziggy had herself stuck in the laundry room. So last night, when I went to get breakfast for the cats, like before I go to bed, I take out their breakfast to defrost it, and I take it out of the freezer that's in the laundry room. So Ziggy must have snuck in there, and then when I left the laundry room, she was still in there, so she spent her whole night in there. So when I came down here this morning, she was just meowing and meowing and meowing. But before I give them breakfast, I wanted to show you what I bought the other day and give you a review on this. So these are feline greenies. Hey, Sammy. These are feline greenies, feline pill pockets, and I bought these to try to get the Drontal into Boo, and I figured I could also try to get some Capstar into Goldie, Eva, and Ringo. And I didn't know which flavor would work, so I got the chicken flavor, the salmon flavor, and the catnip flavor, and these were almost $7 a bag. And the way these work is that these are like really soft pill pockets, and you put the pill inside of it, and then you kind of fold the treat over the pill, so it's like totally wrapped in the pill pocket, so the cat would not know what's in it. Unfortunately, Boo will not go near any of these. He will not go near any of these, does not like them. The same is true for all of the other cats in the house. No one will eat these except for Sammy and Ziggy. Those are the only two cats. Out of 11 cats, only 2 cats will eat these. So this is like a complete waste. And that's probably what happened years ago when I first tried these out. The cats probably did not like them, and that's why I never bought them. Because I was thinking to myself, well, why don't I just use one of these? And that's probably why, because the cats do not like these at all. So I just wanted to make this video and make this review, and this is super, super disappointing. This product is just a total fail. I mean, it only has less than a 20% success rate with the cats in this house. Another item we're trying out is this Cedarific soft cat litter, and this is made out of cedar. And I thought I'd give this a try, even though the cats refuse to use any wood-based cat litter. We've tried several others in the past. They never wanted to use it, but I thought they might use this because it's made of cedar. And I normally put cedar mulch outside, like all around my property, around my house. And, you know, the cats grew up in my yard. So I thought, well, maybe because it's cedar, it smells like cedar, it's all natural, they'd actually use it. I really like the smell of this cat litter because it smells like cedar. And it looks like the cats don't mind it either, because to me, it looks like someone's been using this litter box, because when I poured the cat litter in it yesterday, I kind of flattened it out, and someone's been in it. I don't know if they've just been digging in there and rolling around in it, or they actually used it. The one thing that I'm not too thrilled about is that it doesn't clump. So you could scoop out the poop, but I guess it just absorbs the pee, and we'll see how that goes. I don't know how that's going to work. It says to replace completely when odor absorption diminishes about half as quickly as clay. So does that mean I am going to have to replace this sooner? Like, let's say the clay litter lasts a month for odor control. Am I going to have to replace this every 2 weeks? Or does it last like 2 months? Like, when it says half as quickly as clay, what does that mean? Half as quickly as clay could mean either of those, that it'll take twice as long for the odor, or it goes twice as fast. I guess if it said about twice as quickly as clay, then that would mean every 2 weeks if it was 4 weeks for clay. So half as quickly should actually be a longer amount of time. However, since this cedar litter smells really good, but it doesn't clump, what I thought was, what if I mix this with some of the Dr. Elsie's clay litter that I've currently been using. And so that is the experiment that is going on in this litter box. So this litter box had the Dr. Elsie's clay litter in it. And then I put like 2 scoops of the cedar litter in it, and I mixed them together. And I'm curious to see if the clay will still clump when the cedar is mixed in with it, because if it does, then that's wonderful. Then I could use a mix of the clay and the cedar, and I think that would be a really good solution just because I love the smell of the cedar. And it looks like the cats don't mind this either, because this was definitely used, and I do see a clump in there, so it appears that it is clumping. So I'm just gonna have to check that out. Another nice thing about this litter is that it is supposed to be dust free. It says, unlike clay cat litters, Cedarific contains no silica to break down into silica dust. They use no synthetic fragrances, just the natural aromatic cedar chips. Also, I wanted to tell you that I saw what Sammy does with her spider, right, Sammy? I witnessed it last night. So what Sammy does is she comes over here to this like little round coffee table, and she gets down here and she uses her paws and she pushes that spider. She pushes that spider as far in as she could push that spider, right, Sammy? And she gets on her back and she pushes and she pushes. And if we look under there, you see the spider? It's perfectly in the center underneath this little table. Sammy, what do you do with your spider baby? Why you put her under the table, Sammy? Sammy, why do you put your spider baby under the table like that? To make sure she's safe? You want to make sure she's safe and no one gets her, right? Right? Sammy doesn't like anyone touching her spider baby. Here's Nancy. It is 10:22 a.m. and this is what is left of Boo's breakfast, and I'm really proud of him because he did really good today. So he had a full-size serving of the homemade raw food. He probably ate more than half of that. And I also had 1 steamed scallop left over. So all the cats had a little bit of steamed scallops yesterday as a snack. And I had 1 left over. So what I did was I cut up half of the scallop and I put it in his food to see if he would eat it instead of using like treats or crunchies. And he ate some of it. But then I had to put a little bit of the fortiflora on it, and then he ate more of it. But then I said, well, what happens if I take the other half of the scallop and I make a puree with it? So I put it in my mini food processor with a little water, made like a puree, and I put that over the food. So he ate some of that. And then I said, well, what would happen if I put a ring of crunchies around the plate? And as you could see, he ate the majority of that. So he ate quite a bit of food today. He actually ate more than he's been eating recently. So that's really good, because he's been so finicky lately that he's really just been getting like a little bit of food here, a little bit of food there, a little bit of food there. And because he's been such a picky eater recently, that's one of the reasons why I put the scale underneath this cat tower. So as far as weighing the cats, this has just made it incredibly easy, because I was almost never able to weigh Boo before. And now, like, I'm easily weighing him once a day, if not more, if I needed to, but I don't need to. I don't even need to weigh him once a day. But just in case he gets super, super picky and is not eating, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to put a scale there. But as you can see, he's been grooming himself. Like, look how nice his fur looks. And he had a lot of playtime this morning. He's had the zoomies, so he's not acting like he's sick. But, you know, he just hasn't been his normal self when it comes to eating. As long as he's eating something, and I'm just trying to get him to eat healthier options. So for a while he was eating Temptations. That was like the holiday treat around the house. We're going to hold off on those until the next holiday, which would be like the Thanksgiving time. And right now we're switching back to blue wilderness treats. The ingredients in those are better. And also he's eating the Origin Crunchies again. For a while, he didn't want to eat those, but now he's eating them again. It is 54 degrees out right now, and I just came out to my greenhouse to see what's going on. So we had our first frost last night, and I have this little heater here. And I had this on a timer, and it was functioning. I think I had it on for a half hour and then off for an hour, on for a half hour, off for an hour. And obviously it wasn't too cold. It only got down to maybe around 32. So I just wanted to see what's going on in here today. And everything is still alive. Parsley, petunias. I still have a geranium. And this is my Meyer lemon. It wasn't doing well this year at all. I don't know if it's going to grow leaves again. That's my banana. And the banana is growing again. It has a shoot here. And this summer was so dry that these were not doing well. And then down there is a begonia, and it's doing great. The deer kept eating that begonia, but in the greenhouse they can't do that, so maybe it's going to grow really nicely. I'm going to have to maybe move it if it gets much bigger. And what I did yesterday was insulate the roof of the greenhouse. So these are plastic tablecloth covers, and I just attach them with these greenhouse hooks. Right now it stinks like plastic, but that should go away. About a week or so ago, I made sure that the plastic was on the walls of the greenhouse. And then on this side, I have this shiny bubble wrap because there's never any sun that comes through these walls. So I could put the bubble wrap there. And then on the floor, I have this rug, and underneath the rug, I have styrofoam insulation. So last year, we did really good in the greenhouse. So prior years, I've always had Christmas lights, like the big old-fashioned Christmas lights that give off heat, and that's what I used to heat the greenhouse, and I had those wrapped around all of the shelves. However, they blew out last year, and I didn't have a chance to figure out, okay, well, why are they not working and how to fix them. Instead, what I did was I used this little heater. It's a little 200-watt heater, and that's all I had running in here, and everything survived the winter. So that was great. And this year I bought another one as a backup, or to use two of these. And it is a little My Heat heater. And these are wonderful. I mean, it pretty much ran every night and also part of the day last year. And it worked great. It is 8:30 a.m. and here's Boo. And it is so loud outside with regards to landscapers. I thought my landscapers were here, because they usually show up this day of the week, but I just looked outside and it's not even my landscapers, it's from next door, but they're so loud. I think they have leaf blowers going. Boo just got on the scale, and it shows that he actually gained a little bit of weight since yesterday, and he has been eating better the past 2 days, so that is good. And it's because he's been getting more crunchies. And he also has been eating some more of the homemade raw food. Here's Stella. She's laying by the cat grass. So we're probably going to end up getting a double dose of landscaper noise today, because now we're dealing with the neighbors' landscapers, but my landscapers are probably going to show up within the next hour or two. So it makes feeding the cats difficult on mornings like this. If you're watching this video and your cats are affected by the noise of landscapers outside of your house, leave a comment below and let me know. Or if they just completely ignore the landscapers, leave a comment below and let me know. Meanwhile, Nancy has an audience of Boo, Simba, and Stella. Everyone's just watching her play with her spider. Be nice, Boo. It's okay. He wants a snake. When it comes to cat toys, sometimes you have to be creative because the way they're designed isn't always the best way that the cats like to play with them. So I think I might have a solution for this snake toy. I'm going to see if this will work. Who's watching the snake? Okay, let's see if it'll work. So what I did was I took an old wand that had a really short piece of string left on it. And I think this snake does much better on the end of a wand than it does like on a longer string. I just tied the fish to this other wand toy that just had a little bit of cord left on it. Let's see if the cat's like this. Snake in the grass. There's a snake in the grass. Look at Princess Nancy. She's laying in the castle. Hello, Princess Nancy. Hello, Princess Nancy. Before I feed the cats, let me show you what I got from Amazon today. So these are all things that I add to the homemade raw food that I make for the cats. So here I have a 1 pound container of organic alfalfa powder. And I add this to the supplement mix that I make for the homemade raw food. And the last time I ordered this was a year ago. So this 1 pound container should last about a year. There's a lot in here. And then I have this amazing trio powder. This is barley grass, wheatgrass, and alfalfa. And I add some of this to the cat food also. And yes, there's alfalfa in here. There's also alfalfa in there. I don't add much of this, just a little bit to get the benefits from the barley grass and the wheatgrass. If I didn't have the alfalfa, I could just add this alone, really, the barley grass, wheatgrass, and alfalfa, and I did that for many years also. Also, both of these are great for me, and if I want to make myself a quick green smoothie, I add this to some fruit and some kind of juice or liquid, put it in a blender, and it makes a really nice green smoothie. And then this is a multivitamin. This is VetraScience New Cat Multivitamin, and if for some reason I'm out of my homemade supplement mix like I am right now, I need to make some more, then what I do is I give the cats these, and this was recommended by a holistic vet who uses this for her cats. And she said, if you ever need to make some quick homemade food and you don't have any supplement mix ready, just give each cat one of these. What I do is I crush these up and then I put the powder in their food, and then it becomes like a multivitamin powder in their food. So they get this occasionally also. And there are links to all of these products in the Lucky Ferals Amazon shop. Good morning, Simba. It is 9 a.m. I'm trying to get some sleep because I was up until almost 4 o'clock in the morning. Here's Stella. Good morning, Stella. I didn't know Stella was over here, but Nancy's looking for her, so that's how I know Stella's over here. Nancy was meowing and meowing and meowing at the kitchen door, so I finally had to get up and let her upstairs. The biggest difficulty with having 11 cats is actually getting sleep. And today, Stella, Splash, Simba, and Boo are letting me sleep because they were also up late last night. They were up with me, so they're happy to get some sleep also. They're still kind of really tired. But we're very happy today, right, Simba? Nancy, why can't you have any patience? Why can't you just relax? Why not? I'm opening some windows right now because it's 66 degrees out. What are you doing, Nancy? I saw that. I saw that, Nancy. Stella's like, don't try your foolishness with me. Go ahead, Nancy. I'll open up the window. And I heard that it's going to be 80 today. It's going to be 80 degrees today. That's crazy. We still haven't gotten any real rain either. It's 9:25 a.m. And I'm just about to have some playtime with the cats. I took the Hummingbird toy out. It's not even on yet. And Boo's been attacking the Hummingbird. Boo's hiding behind the grass. It is 4:15 p.m. and I just got back from running some errands today, and one of those errands was going to Petco. And I wanted to get some more canned food because Boo's been super finicky with what he wants to eat. This morning he ate some of this Merrick Perfect Bistro rabbit recipe. He really enjoyed it, so I wanted to pick up a few more cans of this. I got 2 more cans of this because that's all they had. But they did have this brand on sale. It was, I believe, buy 12 cans and get each can for $2.40. So that's what I did. I got 2 of the rabbit recipe. I got 2 of the duck recipe. Now, I don't know if he's gonna like these, but I figured, let me just get these. It'll be like a taste test for the cats. They haven't had these in a really, really long time. And if he doesn't like them, then, you know, there's 10 other cats. I'm sure someone else in the house will eat it. And if not, I'll give it to Cousin Oliver outside. So I got the chicken recipe, 2 of these. I got the turkey recipe, 2 of these. I got the salmon recipe, 2 of these. And I got the beef recipe, 2 of these. So 2 of each of these varieties is 12. They also had Friskies on sale. I think these were like 78 cents a can. So I decided to get 2 of whatever pate varieties that they had, again, just to see if Boo will eat them. You know, if he's being finicky, sometimes the cats like to eat Friskies. Not the best food. There's definitely better foods, but sometimes when a cat's being finicky, you know, you just have to give them something that they're going to eat. And I'd rather have him eat wet food than just dry food all the time. So here's Friskies, liver, and chicken pate. I got 2 of each of these also. I got the Friskies poultry platter pate. I got the Friskies ocean whitefish and tuna pate. I got the chicken and tuna pate. And I got the mixed grill pate. And then finally, I also picked up some of this Wholehearted Pleasing pate. Now, this is their senior formula, but it does not have any vegetable oil in it. So that's why I bought it, because all of their other varieties of pate have vegetable oil in there or sunflower oil, and we're trying to avoid those, but this does not have it. So I ended up getting, I think it was like 2 or 3 of each of these, because I believe it was you had to buy 10 and then you got them for like $1.20 each. So I got like 3 of these chicken and beef liver recipes, and I got 3 of these chicken recipes, and I got 4 of these salmon recipes. So altogether, I bought 32 cans of food, and hopefully Boo will eat more than just the 2 cans of rabbit pate. I was in Costco today, and I purchased this waterproof pet blanket and furniture protector. It says, protect your furniture when your pet brings the outdoors in. And the size of this is 60 inches by 70 inches. It says it is oversized. And they show it on a sofa. So because I've had a problem with a cat peeing on my sofa recently, when I saw this, I thought, well, maybe this is something I could put on the sofa. Here it is right now. It's on my bed. The reason why it's on the bed is because I did put it on the sofa, but it's really not long enough for the sofa. And it just looks really weird because my sofa is off-white and this is a gray color. They also sell this in what I thought was an off-white color, which I thought was going to be perfect, but it's not actually off-white. There's like some leopard spots on it, and there's like a bit of a print in certain areas. And the color of the print was just too close to like if a cat peed on it. So I was like, yeah, I don't want something that looks like it already has stains on it. But the gray is just like a solid gray. So that's why I bought it. It is super soft. It's like a plush type material, but it's supposed to be waterproof. So what I want to do right now is test that and see, is it waterproof? I have maybe like a 1/3 cup of water here, and I'm just going to pour it on the blanket. And let's see what happens. So there's the water on the blanket. Let's see if it is going to soak through this blanket. So if a cat vomits on this blanket, if a cat pees on this blanket, then there's going to be water on this blanket. And so far, the water is just sitting on the blanket, which is good. That's what we want. We do not want the water to go through the blanket. So the water is just sitting there so far. Now I have to think, okay, if I'm not home and the cat vomits or pees on this blanket and I don't get home for a few hours, like, is it going to soak through? That's why I'm not running to grab a towel or anything to wipe this up right now. I'm just really curious to see, like, what is it going to do? It's several minutes later, and so far this is not doing anything. And I do want to check what's going on underneath this. Okay, it's moving. It's moving. But it doesn't look like it's being absorbed. I am going to soak this up, and then let's look at what's going on underneath the blanket. I just soaked all of the water up. It was quite a bit of water, still very much wet, but let's see what's going on underneath this. Here's the back of the blanket. Look at that. Look at that. Completely dry. Completely dry. And of course, the bed underneath it is completely dry. And that is what I look for in a good waterproof blanket. Because there is nothing worse than having a cat vomit onto a blanket and then having it soak through like 4 layers of bedding and having to deal with all that laundry. So I am really happy that this waterproof blanket is actually a waterproof blanket. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there are several blankets being sold on Amazon that are supposed to be waterproof blankets, but people are complaining that they're not actually waterproof blankets. But this one definitely seems to be one. So I just wanted to film this product review to let you know about this product. This is being sold by Costco right now. I don't know if it's in all the Costco stores, but it was in a local Costco around here. This was only around $17.50. I think that is a great deal because this is 60 by 70 inches. So it covers an entire queen size bed from like below where the pillowcases are. Basically anywhere like cats or dogs would lay on a bed. This completely covers the full bed, so that's great. I'm here with the new toy that I bought for the cats today. So I was editing a video earlier, and in the video I was talking about the Playology lizard toy that I bought for the cats, and you kind of wind it up and it moves like 5 feet, and then you have to wind it up again. It moves like 5 feet. Like, it's not the best toy. And in the video, I was saying that I wish I could get them like a remote control lizard. I think that would be better. So I decided to go to Amazon and just search and see if they sold that. And this is what came up. This is a Hexbug wall crawler gecko, and it's supposed to climb up the walls. Now, it's much bigger than I thought it would be, but what happened is I saw it on Amazon. I was watching some review videos, and I was like, wow, that looks really cool. The reviews for this toy were really good. So then I said, well, I wonder if Target carries it, because I have 2 Targets around here. Sure enough, Target carried it. So I went to Target and I bought it. And so it comes with the gecko, and then it also comes with the remote control. Hopefully there are batteries in it. And Hexbug, the cats have had some Hexbug items before. And it says it also crawls on the ground. It's USB chargeable. Oh, okay, it's USB chargeable. I wonder if I have to charge it first. I'm going to open this up and let's take a look at it. I just put batteries in the remote control. Watch this. It's not supposed to run very well on carpet. It's all the girls. The 5 girls. The 2 boys, I don't know where Ringo and Richard are. They're like, they don't care. All right, let's put this on the wall. Oh no, we're stuck. So it is a bit loud. It's a little less loud than a vacuum machine, but it reminds me of like a vacuum machine. The cats seem to like it better when it's on the ground than when it's on the wall. And it doesn't make the vacuum noise on the ground. Get the gecko! Get the gecko! Sometimes it gets stuck on the tile. I don't know why. Look at Ringo, he's on the chair. Sammy's a brave one. Oh, it's stuck on the chair leg. What's the matter? Get it, Sammy. Get it, get it, get it. Get it, Sammy. It's hard to hold the camera in one hand and the remote in the other hand. I just read the instructions, and the instructions say that when you use it on the wall, it uses more power than using it on the floor. Also, it says when the eyes are blinking like that, it means the battery's low and it needs to be charged. So I need to plug this into a charger. And this is the remote control. And I couldn't figure out what these two little buttons are for. And what these are for is to fix drift. So when it was on the wall, it would like not go straight. Sometimes it would go like to the left or to the right, and these buttons would fix that. So if it's going to the left, you press the right button. And if it's drifting to the right, you press the left button. And these are forward and backwards, and these are left or right. It's really self-explanatory. Hey, Sammy. So it seems that the cats enjoyed this. I mean, it's their first time seeing it, so I think it was interesting for them, and we'll see if they like it or if they just want to avoid it in the future. I'm here with a Hexbug remote control mouse. Here's Boo, he's playing with the Hummingbird. Here's Stella, Splash, and Simba. And yesterday, after playing with the remote control lizard, I remembered that I had a remote control mouse. I don't know how I could forget this, but I did. So what I thought I would do today is see how the cats like this. Hopefully it comes with batteries. I don't know if it says 5 batteries included, but I've had this for quite a while, so hopefully the batteries still work. And there you can see it's a little remote control mouse. It says 360-degree movement. So I'm going to take this out, set these up, and we'll see how it goes. Here's the mouse and the remote control. The remote control is tiny, and they have the little pull tabs for the batteries. So I'm going to pull those out. Here's the little remote control. It has forwards and backwards and left and right. Let's see if this is going to work. Okay, so this is not working. Unless I have to somehow... Oh, there's a power button. Okay. Oh, now it should be working. I hear like a little clicking noise. Yeah, it's stuck. It's not moving. Oh, is it moving? Look at me. It's really cute when it turns around and when it's just kind of sitting there. Oh, there goes Boo. It's getting stuck on the rug. Get it, Boo, get it. Get it, go get it. They're looking at it, everyone's watching it. So now for some reason the remote is not working. Maybe the batteries are all... Maybe it's out of range? I don't know. I'm going to have to read the directions. I got it working again. I don't know why it stopped over there. It's been working fine. Here's Stella, Splash, and Simba. They've been watching it, although Simba, not so much. Boo's been having fun chasing it around. I wonder if they would like it better if it wasn't white, because they don't really hunt white mice in the wild. Like a gray mouse would have been nice. Get it, Boo. Go get the mouse. Get the mouse. Is anyone going to get the mouse? Is anybody going to get the mouse? They like looking at it. They just don't want to chase it. I wish it made little mouse noises. That would be so cute. Oh, now it's stuck. It's stuck. Get it, Boo. Get it, Boo. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it, Boo. Get the mouse. Get the mouse. Get the mouse. Boo, get the mouse. Simba's like, I know you're controlling it with that little thing in your hand. This works on the rug. Oh, Boo has it in his hand. Oh, maybe not always. There it goes. If I could get this to go underneath one of the scratch and rolls, I think the cats would go crazy over it. Can I turn? Let's see. Let's see. Can we get it under the scratch and roll? It's hard to do this with one hand. Okay, ready? Who's trying to get it? Is it stuck? It might be stuck. It might be stuck under there. But I knew that was going to get them. Here we go. Get it, Simba. It's under the scratching roll. Get it. It's stuck under there. Come on. Get it. I put the mouse in the hunting box, and now Simba's really interested in it. I don't know if they're going to be able to get it out. Oh, he dumped it on its side. Now it's upside down. Get it out, Simba. Look-a-boo. Boo and Splash are both watching it. So it'll just keep going around and around. It works awesome on this track. I just put the mouse on the trampoline. Sammy's checking it out. She's grabbing it by the tail. Oh, they turned it upside down. There's little Eva. 5 cats hunting 1 mouse. It's back on the trampoline with little Eva. That's Sammy meowing. Oh, I think it's stuck. Sammy keeps looking at the remote control. They've been playing with the mouse and I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. They like chewing the tail. Flip it over. Flip it over. It's upside down. All right, now go get it. Go get it. Stuck. It's stuck again. Richard has it. Flip it over. Pick it up and flip it over. Pick it up and flip it over. It's on its back. Let's put it on here. Let's see what it's going to do. Stuck again. It's stuck. This toy is a group hunting activity. Look at Goldie. She's splooting on the floor. There's 6 cats here hunting this. They're just looking at it. It is 10:30 p.m. and Boo is eating some rotisserie chicken. I was out running some errands tonight because I'm trying to avoid running errands on the weekend because I did that last weekend and it was a nightmare. So I stopped off at the supermarket on the way home and they had these rotisserie chickens. So I figured the cats have not had one in a really long time. The ingredients were not bad. And so I bought one and Boo's been enjoying it. So I'm going to give him another piece. I'm going to give all the cats some of this, but I'm glad Boo's eating. This morning I made the cats some homemade food and I found some ground beef in my refrigerator. So I cooked it for them. And I was like, well, maybe Boo will eat some cooked ground beef because he hasn't been eating the raw. He didn't want to eat it. So I'm happy he's eating this. He's doing a really good job eating this also. For dinner, the cats had two different types of canned fish. They had the Merrick salmon pate. Then they also had the wholehearted salmon pate. What I did was I marked the plates with the M. So on this side, whoever ate this enjoyed the Merrick better than the wholehearted. And then on this one, there's the M. So whoever ate this one enjoyed the wholehearted better than the Merrick. And I put some crunchies in between so I could tell them apart. This was Splash's plate, so he enjoyed both of them. He probably enjoyed the Merrick a little bit more. And this was Boo's plate. Boo enjoyed the crunchies most of all. That is the Merrick side. This is the wholehearted side. So he enjoyed the wholehearted more. It is 11:35 a.m. and here's Boo. And that's his plate of food behind him. And he's been acting totally normal this morning. He was actually banging on my bedroom door because he wanted to come in. And when I let him in, he was jumping on the bed. He wanted to jump on the cat tower by an open window. He wanted to eat some snacks. And then this morning, when I was putting their food together, it was leftover day. So basically, for breakfast, they had any kind of leftover cat food that I had in the fridge. I usually split it up 4 ways or 7 ways, and that's what they had. So he ate some of the crunchies, he ate some of the food, but then he stopped eating. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to eat anymore. And he camped out here. And what I noticed is that Boo is exerting his alphaness again. So for a while he wasn't, and I'm going to say that was because of his tooth issue, because he had the loose fang and he had the other loose teeth. And I don't think he was feeling his best because of that. And now I think he's feeling stronger again. And he's definitely been exerting his alphaness for at least, I would say, the past week. I've really noticed it. Like this morning, for example, this is Nancy's food. And Nancy was eating here very peacefully. And Boo came into the room. He looked at her, he saw her, and he went over to her and he swatted at her. And she was like, what is going on? And so she retreated underneath the end table. And then he did something very similar to Richard not too long ago. Boo was sitting here near his food. And then Richard came in the room and Boo was like hissing at Richard and swatted at him. And then Richard backed away. So I think he's trying to teach Richard and Nancy and any of the members of the Lucky Seven to behave and to respect him. I think that's what's going on with Boo. He's like, I am the king of this house. I am the leader of this tribe. And what I say goes. All right, Boo? So there hasn't been any like fights. It's more like he's just trying to discipline them and be like, okay, guys, you better behave. Stay away from me. Don't think you're eating my food. Don't think you're going to attack me. Don't think you're going to ambush me. And that's what Boo's been doing. So good job, Boo. Good job, Boo. Okay? All right. So I've been kind of procrastinating this morning because I have to go downstairs and start cleaning. So I have today to clean, tomorrow, and then the next day. And then the day after that is when the HVAC is being replaced. So I have a massive, massive task in front of me. Not only do I have to clean downstairs, but I have to like rearrange things, reorganize things, move things around, clear out the entire area near like the HVAC and the furnace. And that's a storage room for me. So there's just stuff piled up everywhere. So I need to move a lot of that out. And yeah, it's just going to be massive, massive work. And I hate doing this kind of stuff, so that's why I've been procrastinating, but it has to get done. All right, boo. Let's go clean the kitchen and then let's go downstairs, okay? You gonna help me, boo? You gonna come down and help me? Boo, you gonna go downstairs and help me? You gonna come downstairs and help me, or you gonna eat the rest of your breakfast? I know, I have to make more cat grass. We have to grow more cat grass, boo. That's not looking too good. Here's Richard. He's hanging out by the window in Boo's room. So when I woke up, it was 47 degrees out. I think what I'm going to do is shut the door to Boo's room, like I shut it right now. And I'm going to put the relaxing music on. I'm going to leave Nancy and Richard in here. They're going to be very happy in here today. They like it in here. It's the best room in the house as far as sunlight goes and sunshine. Come on, guys. They're both under the day sofa right now, so maybe they're just going to relax there today, or is someone coming out? Who's coming out? Nancy. Okay, Nancy. It is 12:39 p.m. Here's Stella. Here's Simba. They're relaxing on the dining room chairs. And here's Splash. He's on a dining room chair also. And I'm not sitting at the dining room chairs today because it's the weekend, and even though I do have work to do, I have more work to do downstairs as far as getting things ready for the HVAC. And here's Boo. He's now relaxing in a cat tower. And I just came upstairs because I got an air quality alert on my phone. So I figured, let me come upstairs and see what's going on, because there are wildfires burning, I don't know, less than 10 miles away from here. And last night I was a few miles north of here and could not believe how bad the air was. Like, it just stunk like smoke so bad. And it was super windy. And I was like, wow, that's crazy, because here we didn't have that problem. And when I got home, it didn't smell bad here. And this morning I was outside and it did not smell bad here. But now, right now, it stinks. It stinks like a fire. So I had to go around and shut all the windows. And that's why we got the air quality alert. And hopefully they'll be able to put those fires out. But, you know, it's been so dry here and we haven't had rain in so long that everything's a fire hazard right now. However, I do have to say, if I look at it from like the perspective of fleas, so last summer I thought we were turning into a tropical rainforest. I mean, it was ridiculous the amount of rain we got. And what happened was the flea population absolutely exploded. I never had to deal with fleas before like I had to deal with fleas last year. And it would be so bad. Like, I would just walk out into my yard and fleas would jump on me. And if I was wearing dark clothing, if I didn't see them, I could easily take them in the house. And so I always made sure that I wore light colored clothing and I would be able to see them and remove them before coming inside. And that was because of the weather. It was so wet. Now this year we have the exact opposite. It is so dry. So even though it's not good to have such dry weather, even though we do need rain, even though there are hazards from this dry weather, as far as the flea population goes, I'm really happy because this dry weather is killing the flea population. It's great. Fleas cannot survive in very, very dry environments, which is why I always have the dehumidifiers running downstairs throughout the summer to keep the humidity low, to keep any fleas under control, because fleas love humidity and they thrive in humidity, right, Boo? So a part of me is very, very happy that we have such dry weather, although it would be nice to get some rain. And we definitely need rain. If I look at it from a flea perspective, it's probably just going to balance out the flea population, because last year the flea population exploded. And then this year, because of all the dry weather, the flea population is greatly reduced. I would love it if just like all the fleas died. It's 11:30 a.m. and I bought this, it's supposed to be like a pill shooter, but it's not. It's some kind of medicine dispenser. But what I've done is I just cut the end And I've been able to put the pill into the end of this like this. And I've been able to get the pill into Boo's mouth. I've probably got it into his mouth for like 5 or 6 times. The problem is he keeps spitting it out. So I'm like, okay, this is not working. So what I'm going to try to do is crush up a pill and then maybe put it in a churu and then use this as like a syringe to try to get it into his mouth that way. I'm still trying to get the tapeworm medicine into Boo. This actually just worked. So I was able to get one of the tapeworm pills into Boo using this syringe method. I was able to hold him by the back of the neck to kind of scruff him and to dispense I'm using a squeeze up with medicine in it. And I was able to dispense that into his mouth and he was actually eating it. So I'm going to try to get another half of a tablet into him because the dosage would be 1.5 tablets. So we're going to see if that works. This cute little thing, it looks like a little bear. It's a pill crusher. It is the coolest thing. You put a pill in here and then you put the head on and then you just twist the head and it completely crushes the pill into a powder. It works great. I tried it for the first time yesterday with some multivitamins for the cats and it'll do 1 pill perfectly. 2 pills, it does okay. Anything more than 2 pills, it doesn't grind it to a super fine powder. But for 1 pill, this is phenomenal. And I got this on Amazon, super easy to use. And I'm using this little tiny bowl that I have. One of the viewers sent this to the cats a while ago. So I'm using that to mix up the medicine and I'm putting it in one of these squeeze ups. So I'm going to try to get the rest of this into Boo. Wish me luck. But I'm really happy that I was able to get as much into him as I could the first time. I got the majority of the second syringe into him and then he was just not having it anymore. So that is the situation. What I should have done is just put the whole tablet and a half in the first syringe and then that would have been done. But at least now I know. This was relatively successful. Hopefully he got enough of a dose to make a difference if he does have tapeworms. And I was noticing around his hind area, he's definitely been over grooming like around his butthole. So to me, that could be another symptom of tapeworms. So I'm going to see if I notice a difference after he took this medicine and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. This is not the Drontal. This is the Elanco tapeworm dewormer, which is praziquantel. So these are just praziquantel tablets and praziquantel is one of the ingredients in Drontal. So that is the tapeworm ingredient in the Drontal, but then Drontal also has ingredients for the other types of worms. This one is specifically for tapeworms. So I'm using this one and hopefully this will work for him. I should also mention that I had Boo's favorite music playing, the music for cats by David Ty. And now Boo's having some canned food with a few crunchies on it. And I also gave him some Temptations because he was a good boy and he let me give him most of the medicine. And this is the Merrick salmon pate. He seems to enjoy that. I'm going to let him relax in this room for a little while, then I'll open the door and let him out. I just needed to isolate him to try to get the medicine into him. And now I'm just keeping him here to let him eat in peace so no one else tries to steal his food. And this was his breakfast that he did not want to eat. He took like a few bites of the crunchies and then that was it. It's 1:20 p.m. Look at what's going on here. That's Boo on the left and Nancy on the right. So this happened just maybe 20 minutes ago. Boo was in his room and I had the door open. I was like, Boo, you could stay in here if you want to. You could leave if you want to. And Nancy was in the cat tower on the right. She had been there for quite some time. And I'm in the kitchen and all of a sudden I hear howling. And I'm like, what is going on? And I walked in the room and this is what I saw. Boo was in the cat tower on the left. Nancy was on the right. And they were just looking at each other. Nancy was howling. It wasn't a really loud howl. It was like a mild howl. And then I just told them to behave. I said, you guys get along. You're brother and sister, so just relax. And that's what they did. So they're resting near each other right now. I'm very proud of both of them. It's 2:42 p.m. I just came outside and there was a large, long-haired black cat here on the patio. And I stopped here because I'm walking over to the garbage near the driveway and it was literally walking up to me and it was like looking at me and I've never seen this cat before. Here's cousin Oliver. He made himself comfortable in this pile of weeds that was torn out a few weeks ago and just tossed aside. I guess he likes it there. It is 9:15 p.m. I'm just about to feed dinner to the cats, and guess what? It's raining. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy we're getting some rain. Yay, Boo, right? We're getting rain. Boo slept most of the day. He relaxed, and now he's been ready for dinner. It is 7:05 a.m. and the cats are having crunchies for breakfast. Simba's in the litter box right now. I don't know if you could hear the scratching. I don't know where Splash is. But that's Nancy on the left, Boo in the middle, and Stella on the right. I told them to behave and to not pay attention to each other, just to eat their food. We are finally having the HVAC system replaced today. They're supposed to be here by 8 a.m., so I'm trying to get all the cats fed early, and that's why they're getting crunchies. I don't know why Boo's walking away from his. It's just like the quickest, easiest way for me to feed them. I have to go feed the Lucky 7 downstairs, scoop the litter downstairs, vacuum up a little bit, and then we're good to go. And I am going to be so happy once this is done. I've spent the past 3 days, like 3 full days, cleaning and organizing pretty much the entire house. Downstairs, the storage room where the HVAC system is, that was a big job. Downstairs where the Lucky 7 are, you know, they moved in downstairs and I didn't have time to like cat-proof that place or anything. Like I didn't have time to move things around, rearrange things. They just like moved down there. And then life has been so busy that I haven't really been able to spend the amount of time down there that I needed to really go through everything. I mean, I still need to go through stuff and just kind of like declutter some areas, but I was able to do a lot of organizing down there, which is good. The cats are off their schedule because they normally don't eat this early. They normally eat like 3 hours after this. So there's Simba. But I am happy with all the progress that was made, but it was a massive job. It was like 3 straight days of doing nothing but that. So once today is done and the HVAC system is properly installed, I'll be very happy. And we're just going to have to see how today goes because in the past, like earlier this year when the house was painted, you know, that was very stressful for the cats, but all of the workers were outside. And prior to that, like 2 years ago when Ditto was here, that's when I had the roof replaced, and that was stressful on the cats also. I mean, that was so loud when they replaced the roof. But again, all the workers were outside. This time, there's going to be workers outside because they have to replace the unit outside, but also inside because they have to replace the unit in the storage room downstairs. And I don't know how loud it's going to be. I don't know if they're going to be like banging and there's going to be a lot of loud noise. I don't know. So we'll see how the cats do. They told me that they'd probably be done by like 3:30, 4 o'clock the latest. So that's what I'm hoping. It'll just be 8 hours of inconvenience today, 8 hours of stressed out cats, and then everything will be fine. Here's Boo. He went to use the litter box. And now he's by the window in his room. So he just brought his crunchies here. My one concern is the workers today leaving the back door open. I don't want that, so I have to make sure that I let them know to keep the door closed at all times. Also, the door to the storage room downstairs, I keep that closed at all times. I don't let any of the cats in the storage room. Yesterday, I let Sammy in there, but I was holding her, so I picked Sammy up because she always is curious about what's behind the door. So I picked her up and we walked into the storage room and oh my God, her eyes got so big because, you know, there's the big furnace and the HVAC unit and like there's just storage everywhere. So she was like looking at it. And then she's like, okay, I've seen enough. And then I walked her out and then I put her down on the floor in the main room. And that's the only cat that's ever been back there because there's just too much stuff. I don't need them getting into stuff. The Lucky 7 are having their crunchies now also. There's 4 of them. There's Ringo. Who are we missing? Little Eva. So what I expect from these guys today is that they're going to do one of 2 things. After they eat, I'm going to open the door to upstairs. They can either go upstairs or stay down here. If they go upstairs, then what's going to happen is once the HVAC people get here, there's little Eva, then I'm going to shut the door between upstairs and downstairs. So whoever's upstairs is going to stay upstairs. And whoever's down here is most likely just going to hide and probably stay hidden the whole time. That's what I anticipate is going to happen. And whoever is upstairs when the HVAC people show up is either going to hide upstairs or going to try to run downstairs. But I'd rather keep as many cats upstairs as I can, because if they leave the back door open by mistake, there's no chance of them running outside. So that's the situation. It is 7:40 a.m. and I just got a text message that the HVAC company is on their way. Hello, Boo. And it's the same guy that came to give me an estimate. So now I'm like thinking to myself, well, are they actually replacing the unit today? Or are they doing like a preliminary examination? I don't know what they do. Hopefully they're replacing the unit today, because I did not get any indication that this was going to be anything other than that. I just think it's really weird that the same guy that gave me the estimate's the one that's going to be out here today, unless he is just managing the job. That could be the case. Like when I had the painters come out, the guy that gave me the estimate also came out with the guys that actually painted the house. He was like the manager on the job that day, so maybe it's something like that. Right, Boo? Boo, you gonna hide or you gonna watch? You gonna hide? Unfortunately, where the HVAC unit outside is, the cats can't watch from any of the windows. So there's no way that they could, jump into a window and watch the work being done. Hello, Boo. And I'm definitely hoping that this is it for the year. I'm hoping that we get the HVAC replaced and then the rest of the year is uneventful. I would really like that, because this has been a crazy year. I mean, it started with all of that board of directors drama. I mean, it literally started, the year ended with board of directors drama. Like it started the middle of, the really bad drama started the middle of December, and it continued through March. And then there was like a month of peace. And then I decided, okay, I'm just going to work like crazy and do as much there as I can so I could get myself out of it as quickly as possible. So then from like the middle of April to the end of May, I was just working like 16-hour days. Like all I did was like work and sleep. I don't even know how I did it. Looking back on it, I was like, oh my gosh. And then I spent pretty much the majority of the summer months just trying to catch up with everything that got like backed up or just put aside when I was doing nothing but working for a month and a half. But even some of my like work, my day job work, had to be caught up on because I was spending so much time just trying to deal with that board of directors situation. And it was bad. I mean, it's still bad, even though I've gotten myself out of it. Potentially it has even escalated since now. I mean, there's a lot going on. I don't want to say too much because like it's proceeded to legal stuff. So there's a lot going on. And then once the summer ended in September, that's when I launched season 8. And that's when I started getting HVAC estimates again after the first round in the beginning of the summer. And now we're finally getting the replacement, hopefully today. Okay, Boo, let me go make sure everything's done. I gave you guys fresh water. I scooped your litter. I vacuumed downstairs. And all the doors to the bedrooms are open. I fully expect the majority of the cats to go hide under the beds. Hide under my bed, hide under the day sofa. That's what I think they're going to do, right, Bo? Here's Stella. It is 7:55 and they just arrived. They have 2 big trucks. So it looks like they're going to be doing the job today. They're parking the trucks right now. One of them is pulling into the driveway because I kept it empty for them. The other one is parking next door. Fingers crossed everything goes well today. Let's hope for a quick and easy installation. Maybe they'll be done sooner than they think they'll be done. That would be wonderful. Here's Richard. And there were 2 cats on top of the tower and the bunk bed, but they've gone into hiding. Here's Bowie's underneath the day sofa. And there's Stella. And we could hear the HVAC being ripped out. Or we can hear something being slid across the floor through the vent. Splash is under my bed, along with Ringo and a few other cats. I don't know who they are. It's Richard, Nancy, Splash, and Ringo. That means Sammy, Goldie, Ziggy, and little Eva are downstairs. And here's Simba. He's in the corner of the dining room. It is 12:30 p.m. and here's Bowie. He came out from underneath the day sofa. He's been laying in the sun and he's such a brave boy. Look here, Stella. She's coming out also. So what has been going on for the past half hour, isn't that nice, is that the landscaper showed up. So not only do we have all of the noise and the banging and the scraping from the HVAC being replaced, but we had the landscapers here. There was so much noise. Like, I was getting such a headache from it, but thankfully, I think the landscapers just left. Right now, all they're doing pretty much is blowing leaves and cleaning up the yard. But I could still hear them in the distance because they do quite a few houses around here. But it was really loud for a while. I was like, oh my gosh, this is too much. But Boo looks happy. And I can't believe it's already 12 o'clock. It's already 12:30. So they've been working for over 4 hours now. So hopefully maybe it's only another 2 to 4 hours and then they'll be done. Hey, Stella. Hey, Boo. I hope the 4 cats downstairs are doing okay. Like, everyone up here is fine because they're, a farther distance from everything. But the ones downstairs, I don't even know where they're hiding. When I was reorganizing everything, I made sure that there were plenty of places for them to hide. I actually made more hiding places for them, especially on the shelves and stuff. So hopefully they're okay. Here's Sammy. And there's her spider baby. It's about 9:45 p.m. Here's Nancy. This is what's left of dinner down here for the Lucky 7. So I'm not going to give them any more crunchies. I gave them some extra crunchies on their plate maybe like 2 hours ago. Here's Ziggy. Hello, Ziggy. How are you? You're so pretty, Ziggy. And here's Richard. Hello, Richard. So today was a very stressful day for the cats. And what happened was I ended up giving them dinner early because I was up at 6 a.m. So my schedule was off, their schedule was off. So I figured, let me just give them an early dinner. And what happened was after they ate their dinner, they all ended up taking naps. Like, they were all sleeping. And I got done with the video that I posted tonight. I got done with it like around 7 p.m. And I was like, okay, all the cats are sleeping right now. They've all been fed. The house is clean. And it's a good opportunity for me to go out and run some errands. So that's what I did. I went to a local pet supply store and I bought some cat litter. And then I went to a local organic market and I bought a few groceries. And then I went to another local market on the way home. I bought some fruit. It's apple season right now, so I got some beautiful apples direct from a farm. And then I ended up going to Whole Foods on the way home. And I got a few things there also. So I got a lot of errands done. By the time I got home, it was like 9:30. So it was just a little while ago. There's Ringo. I just gave the cats upstairs some crunchies. And I was going to give them some crunchies down here, but they haven't really eaten their food, so I think they're good. And I would like to get to bed early today because I am super tired. Right, Sammy? Because we were up so early. Here's Nancy. The cats all did really well today. I'm proud of everyone. Splash spent the day under my bed with Nancy, Ringo, and Richard. And the HVAC replacement was done by 2:30 in the afternoon. So that was really great. It did not take as long as anticipated. And it was tested out today with both heat and air conditioning, and it's working great now. And I have 2 years worth of like labor warranty on that and like a 10-year warranty on the equipment itself. So I thought that was fair. Sammy and Richard were having a bit of a standoff. But maybe they got past it. It is 7:04 a.m. and look at this. That's Splash. This is a first. I've never gotten up in the morning and seen Splash laying on top of this bunk bed. First of all, look at what a big cat he is. Look how long he is. He's almost the entire length of the top of this bunk bed. I've always said that Splash is the biggest cat among the OG4, and Ringo's the biggest cat among the Lucky 7. So the two of them are the biggest scaredy cats, but they're also the biggest cats. And what happened this morning was, I want to say maybe sometime around 5:30 a.m., there were races around the house. I'm pretty sure it was Simba and Splash because they usually like to do that early in the morning. They just love running around the house full speed, getting their zoomies out. And this morning, Simba was chased all the way up these cat towers and on top of the armoire. And I'm pretty sure Splash was doing the chasing because it's usually the two of them that are chasing each other around the house. And they had a lot of fun. So now they're all kind of resting and relaxing. But I think that's good for them. Like, let them run around at that hour when they're happy. And I also need to check the sofa cushions because yesterday I took the training pads off of them because the HVAC people were here. There's already enough cat stuff all over the house. I didn't need like ugly training pads all over the couch. So it looks like no one peed on it last night, which is good. That means we're probably making progress. Right, Nancy? Here's Simba. He's in the cat tower in Boo's room. So the one bad thing that's going on today, and it started yesterday, is that when the heat's on, it smells like there's some oil burning, and they told me that would be the case. They said that it'll still smell for a little while, the new furnace, and that's because like there's like oil inside of it or residue inside of it that's burning off. And I turned the heat on this morning to warm up the house, and I definitely smell that. So hopefully that'll dissipate soon. I'm probably going to open the windows a little bit soon. It's really cold out. It's only like 40 degrees out, so I just opened the window for Nancy. Like, if I have to keep the heat on today and keep some of the windows open, I'm fine with that. This new furnace is supposed to be more efficient than the one that I had that was 34 years old. So we'll see what happens when the next utility bill gets here. It's 12:15 p.m. I'm working on my computer over here, and I was being hissed at. Like, I was walking around the room. I'm like, who's hissing at me? It's Splash. Splash, why are you hissing at me? Splash, you've known me since 2016.
You've known me for 8 years, Splash. 8 years and you're still hissing at me.
Here's Boo. Boo's taking a nap. That's what's left of his breakfast. And Boo ambushed Nancy this morning. So I don't know what's gotten into Boo lately, but the past few weeks he's really letting Nancy know that he is the leader of the cats, right, Boo? He says he's in charge. He's the alpha. And he says he's not putting up with any more of Nancy's shenanigans. Right, Boo? And so they got into, like, a little bit of a standoff, like, in the hallway. But it wasn't anything. You know, there was just a little bit of, like, howling. And then I was in the living room playing with them on the play rug. And Nancy was standing near Stella's castle. And Boo was probably 6 or 7 feet away from her. And he was near the palm tree scratcher. And Nancy wasn't doing anything wrong, but I guess Boo didn't like something that she did previously, or I don't know, because all of a sudden he ran toward her and smacked her. And I was like, what is going on? But maybe he's trying to get her back from all the times that, you know, she ambushed him. So I don't know. Thankfully, he has not been, like, really attacking her. I think he's really just trying to put her in her place a little bit. I feel like he's telling her to, you know, mind her manners and start acting, you know, respectably. Because Boo is definitely, like, a disciplinarian. He was especially that way with Splash and Simba. So I think he wants to take on that role with the Lucky Seven also now.
And here's Nancy. She's relaxing in the castle. Hello, Nancy. Princess Nancy in the castle. Another thing that I realized today when I was petting Nancy, here's Richard, here's Nancy, and that is, I don't know if Nancy actually had a kittenhood. I feel like Nancy was forced to grow up earlier. I feel like Nancy never really had a chance to be like a carefree kitten. It is mail time. Let's see what the cats got. All the cats are taking their afternoon nap right now. So let's start with this envelope. And this says it's time for Halloween fun. And isn't that cute with the dog and the jack-o'-lantern bucket in his mouth? That's so cute. Oh, thank you very much. This says, hope your Halloween's filled with all your favorite treats. From Nicole LaRue and Zoe. And look at Zoe. So cute. Reminds me a lot of little Eva. This says, hi, Miss LF and your house cats and your kitty cats. Thank you for your videos. It is always a pleasure to see them. I have always a smile on my face. It is time to decorate for Halloween with black cats, spiders, and orange ghosts with sparkles. I hope everyone is fine to celebrate Halloween. I developed shingle disease. I am in the 5th week and it is very suffering. I'm very sorry to hear that. That's horrible. I know shingles can be very, very painful. I hope you're doing better now. It's been a few weeks since you sent this card, so I hope things are getting better for you. Next year, I will win the big lottery for sure and for a change. Ha ha ha. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice to win the big lottery? That would be really great. I know if I won it, I would be able to help so many cats with the winnings. But I hope you and Zoe had a very happy Halloween. And thank you so much for this card and for this very generous donation. We send you lots of best wishes and positive thoughts and lots of healing energy. We hope you get well soon. And here we have something from Amazon. This says, enjoy your gift from Linda May Calhoun. Thank you so much, Linda. Ooh, and we got a PetSmart gift card. This is awesome. I was there not too long ago picking up some dry cat food. Sometimes I buy that there. Sometimes I pick up some canned cat food there. And sometimes I get some litter. So thank you so much. And here we have a package from Sharon. Let's see what Sharon sent to the cats. There's a note. It says, hi LF, big hug to all of the kitties. I just wanted to explain what I have sent in the packages. I made 2 long and narrow pieces that, if you wanted, could be put on your couch to protect from urine from the mysterious kitty. Oh, wow, that's awesome. I also made a mat to fit in one of the oblong carriers and one to fit in the round carrier, all with the same material as the vomit blanket. Urine, etc. will not penetrate them. The cotton piece goes on the top and the bumpy side on the bottom, as always, and should be washed and dried with a lower setting, not too hot. I guessed at the sizes and I made the 2 carrier pieces a little bit bigger so they could go up the sides of the carriers. There are 2 round beds that I think may fit the round carrier. These are without the cutout to hopefully make it more comfortable. I hope the round carrier cover fits. I guessed at that as well. I just wanted to try a few new things. Hope you like them. I've been enjoying the videos. I do hope by the time you get this, that Boo is totally back to normal. Hugs and purrs, Sharon. Thank you so much, Sharon. And right now, as I'm filming this, the vlog videos are only about a week behind. And Boo is doing well. He's acting completely normal. He's running around with the zoomies. He's playing a lot. He's still super finicky with his food. So he's not eating as well as he was eating, I want to say, like prior to his dental procedures. But other than that, he's completely fine. So I think that's good. But I am keeping an eye on him just in case. But it seems like all he wants to eat is crunchies. So here we have a cat bed. I'll see if this fits in one of the round carriers. I love this material. I love how it's like the purple tie-dye. And here's a mini vomit blanket for one of the rectangle carriers. And I guess this is the bumpy side that goes on the bottom. Ooh, and then here is a nice long piece that can go on the couch. Thank you so much, Sharon. And here's the cat bed in the carrier, and it is a perfect fit. Here's the other package from Sharon. And here's another cat bed. Oh, and then these are, oh, this is the cover. Oh, that's so cool. Look how cute. Look at the cats. It's like cat mugs. That is so cute. And then here's a round vomit blanket for the carrier. And then this looks like another piece for the couch. Oh, that is awesome. So here on the right is one of the cat beds that Sharon made previously, and you could see how the front of it like dips down to make it easy for a cat to get into it. And then this one for the carriers is just high all around. So that is really nice. Sharon thinks of everything. And here's the cover. Look at that. It's like a perfect fit. I don't have the like the door piece on top right now because I just keep it out for the cats to use, although they never use it when it's just out like this. But look at that. This is like a perfect fit. Thank you so much, Sharon. That is awesome. The cats are going to be traveling in style the next time they need to use one of these. And here are the pieces from Sharon on the couch. I just put them on really quick just to see how they fit. They fit really, really good. Thank you so much, Sharon. I could tuck them in, make them look a little bit nicer. This side was a little short, so I took this piece that was made for one of the carriers and I put it here. And I'm sure it's going to be fine. Thankfully, nobody has been peeing on the couch since I put it all back together after everything was cleaned really, really well. And yeah, this is just going to help just in case there are any issues. And it looks really good. Thank you, Sharon.
It's 9:30 a.m. Here's Stella, here's Boo, and Nancy has been up to no good this morning. I don't know what's going on with her. So last night, before I went to bed, she went downstairs, and I was like, okay, good, because the previous night she wanted to spend up here. Hey, Boo, he's knocking the camera. So the night before last, Nancy wanted to spend the night up here with the older cats, and I was like, okay, you could do that, and everything was fine. No problems. Right, Boo? And then last night she went downstairs with the lucky 7 and I was like, okay, good. I'm going to get a good night's sleep. Well, 4:30 in the morning, I wake up and all I hear is meowing, meowing, meowing. I don't know how Nancy does not have a sore throat for the amount of time she meows sometimes. So I let her upstairs and I went back to bed. And I did not get up until about 8 a.m. this morning. Hey, Boo, he keeps rubbing up on the camera. And Nancy was fine. She was up here with the other cats. Everything was fine. And I made the mistake of grabbing my phone and scrolling through emails and scrolling through social media. And the next thing I know, almost an hour went by. And I was like, this is no good. I have to get up, get ready for my day. So I'm doing that. And all of a sudden, I hear howling coming out of the living room here. I was like, what is going on? Well, it was Boo. So Boo was standing here, Nancy was standing here. I don't know, maybe Boo just got out of the litter box. I don't know. But they were having a standoff and Nancy was howling at Boo. So I was like, what is going on here, Nancy? Like, what are you doing? So Boo jumped onto the TV unit and then Nancy eventually went away. And then I'm in my bedroom getting ready for my day and Stella is on the floor and Nancy jumps on the bed. And she starts howling at Stella. Now, at this point, Boo was on top of the cat tower in my bedroom. And Stella was on the floor. And Nancy jumps on the bed and she starts howling at Stella. I'm like, what is going on, Nancy? What is wrong with you today? So Stella decided that she's had enough of it and she's just going to leave the room. As Stella is walking out of the room, Nancy decides she is going to jump off of the bed and try to land on Stella. Well, Stella wasn't having it, so she ran out of the room. Nancy chased her. But I have to say, once again, it was like Nancy skipped after Stella. It was like she was so happy to be chasing Stella down the hallway. You can see Stella's like, yeah, it wasn't very fun. Now, Nancy did not try to attack her. So Stella ran into the kitchen and then underneath the kitchen table, and Nancy did not follow her and like start attacking her or anything like that. She just literally chased Stella down the hall and into the kitchen. And if you would have watched them, like Nancy was like hopping behind Stella. Like if Nancy was a little kid, she'd be like skipping after her. Like that's what it looked like. Although at a very fast pace because Stella was really running fast. But that's what happened this morning. And then I was like, Nancy, you going to go downstairs? And I started like following Nancy around. And I was like, okay, Nancy, let's go downstairs. Let's go downstairs. Because she usually understands that. But then she went under my bed. So she's like, I'm not going downstairs. For some reason, Nancy wants to spend more and more time upstairs with the older cats. Now, the only time the lucky 7 are downstairs is from when they eat at night until they have breakfast in the morning. So it's usually around 12 hours. Like if they have dinner around 8 p.m. or 9 p.m., they usually have breakfast like 12 hours later. So they'll spend about 12 hours downstairs, but they have all the room that they need. They have tons of toys down there. They have windows. Like there's 3 windows down there. There's plenty of room for them to look out the windows. And a lot of times I'll leave the back door open for them so they could look out the back door. So all of them are very happy and content. It's just Nancy that's wanting to be with the other cats. Here she is now. How you doing, Nancy? What are you doing, Nancy? So at night when she comes upstairs, she likes to lay in the cat tower in Boo's room and look out the window to see what's going on the patio. Maybe that's why she likes coming upstairs, because she gets a better view of like more of what's going on outside. She also likes to hang out in a cat tower in the living room. It's 10:14 a.m. Look at Boo's tail. Do you see his tail? So what happened was I'm in the kitchen. I'm trying to make some food for myself. And all of a sudden I hear cats like chasing each other and growling. And I'm like, what is going on? So
I come into this room, the dining room, and Boo is like near the entrance of the dining room and the living room, and Simba and Splash are underneath the table, and Nancy is on one of the chairs, and obviously Nancy's involved in this. So I come into the room, I'm walking around, and then Nancy flies out of the room into Boo's room, and I was like, what are you doing, Nancy? And I see Simba swat at her, so Simba ran around the house to Boo's room, and as Nancy's running into Boo's room, Simba's swatting at her. So I just shut the door. I don't know what is going on with Nancy today. She's been so good lately. She has been behaving so well lately. And then this morning, it's like all of her manners have gone out the window. It's like she doesn't know how to behave herself anymore. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, but she's just going to stay in Boo's room. Boo's fine. He says he was not involved in it. He says, I'm not involved in it. It was Simba and Splash. It's 2 p.m. The black cat is back outside. It's drinking water. I was just shutting the window in Boo's room, and I looked outside, and the black cat was right there drinking water. It was the long-haired black cat that I saw the other day, and it's gone. Look at Ringo. He's in the cat bed on top of the armoire. He was there yesterday also. So when I went outside, I realized that I forgot to take my garbage cans in. And when I went to get them, the cat was in the road. And when it saw me, it went running across the street to my neighbor's house. And it's the neighbor that has the indoor cats and also outdoor cats. They have a gray and white cat that goes outside. So it might be their cat because maybe they got another cat that goes outside, or it could be another neighbor's cat. I don't know, but it definitely looks like it is well fed. The other day it was definitely friendly, even though it ran away from me today, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a stray cat. I don't know if it belonged to somebody and it was dumped. I don't know. So only time will tell. Here's Richard. He loves this cat bed. So this is one of the beds that Sharon sent for the cats to put in the cat carrier because it has higher sides all around. But it seems that Richard loves this one. This is his second day laying in this cat bed. And the way I know he loves this one is because it's right next to another cat bed. And he doesn't lay in this one. He lays in this one. It's been a few weeks now since we've been using the Cedarific cat litter. Let's talk about its biggest problem. A few weeks ago, I decided to try out this Cedarific cat litter, and in order to do that, I put it in this one litter box. The cats have been using Dr. Elsie's clay litter for a very long time now. They really like that litter, and they'll use that litter. Anytime I've tried to use any kind of wood-based litter in the past, the cats will not use it. But I did have high hopes for the cedar litter because when the cats were living outside, I always put cedar mulch all around my house, all around my yard. So they were outside living with cedar already. And I do really like the smell of fresh cedar. So I was really thinking it could be a good option. So it's been in this litter box for several weeks now, and there are a few problems that I have with it. The first problem that I have with it is that the cats will not poop in it. They have not pooped in this litter the entire time it's been here. Now they have peed in it a few times, but they don't use it nearly as much as they do the clay litter. So that is an issue. The other issue that I have with it is that you see all of this litter over here. Yeah, the majority of this is the cedar litter. It is super lightweight. And because it is so lightweight, it tracks everywhere. So there's a whole bunch here that I still need to vacuum. And I vacuumed like all this other area up, which is why I thought, well, let me grab a camera and make this video to just kind of finalize the opinions and review of this cat litter. So the cats won't poop in it. They use it occasionally and it tracks everywhere. The other day, Ziggy was walking around and she had like little pieces of cedar litter like stuck all over her fur. So not only does it track all around the litter box, but if a cat's in there and they're like, you know, digging up an area, it could get stuck on their fur and then they're walking around the house with it. And that's what happened with Ziggy. And the other big issue that I have with this cat litter is the way that it scoops. This is the best cat litter scoop in the entire world. It is the quickest cat litter scoop in the entire world. So to give you an idea, here is some clay litter. And if I want to use this scoop, all I have to do is scoop. And the litter falls right through the scoop. There's no sifting. Just scoop and pick up. That's it. See how fast it goes? Really fast. And obviously if there's any clumps or poop or anything, it ends up in the scoop. So here's the cedar litter, and if I want to scoop this is what happens. It's too light. It doesn't go through the scoop. So then I have to sift it. And that definitely adds more time to the time it takes scooping. Versus it's much faster. So the one good thing about this litter is that it does smell really good. It smells like fresh cedar. And the other good thing about the litter is that I can blend it with the clay litter and the clay litter still clumps. So here in this litter box, we have clay litter. I would say this is probably like 80% clay litter, 75% clay litter, and the rest is the cedar litter. It adds a nice aroma to the clay litter, and it does not affect the clumping action of the clay litter. So that has been a good thing. So overall, this is not a good litter for my cats, mostly because they don't want to use it. However, I do like the fact that I can mix it in with the other clay litter. So I think that is what I am going to do. I'm going to use up the rest of the litter that I have by mixing it up with the clay litter. That way the cats will use it. And I might even buy another bag and continue to do that because I think it'll help stretch the clay litter. It'll make it go farther. It'll add a nice cedar aroma to it. And the cats will use it if I mix it, but they don't use it on its own. The other thing that I wanted to mention was dust. So this is not a dust-free litter. It does give off dust. If I'm sifting it, it gives off dust. If I'm pouring it into the litter box, it gives off dust. Is it giving off the same kind of dust as the clay litter? No, it's not giving off clay dust. It's giving off cedar dust. So even though the packaging said it was dust-free, it's not dust-free. And I just wanted to point that out. I want to show you Ziggy because she's going to show you what I'm talking about with the litter. Yeah, you. Look at Ziggy's back. Do you see her back? Her whole back area? It's full of that cedar litter. So not only do the cats track it around the litter box, but they end up wearing it around the house. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.